family podcast, Adam?
Oh. Gosh, this movie, man, there's a lot to talk about.
There is a lot to talk about. I have 2 pages of notes, which are also almost all quotes.
Of course, one up me. Good.
Yep. We watched this week Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, the classic Kevin Costner, Morgan Freeman, Christian Slater,
Sean Connery,
and the absolute star, Alan Rickman.
Indeed.
When I was doing, I was looking up fun facts about this movie, which I'll tell you about later, but it's been rumored, that's the only thing anybody would say is it's been rumored, but Kevin Costner got real pissed that Alan Rickman was showing him up in this movie, he was more of a star.
Oh. Well, I mean, he does such a good job. I mean, I don't know anything about a true acting ability or whatever, but as just a pretty average moviegoer, he was so entertaining and so believable and quirky.
Yeah, except for that scene at the end where he dies. That was the most dramatic death
scene
on film ever. Let's talk about the lighting and filming as a whole, since you brought it up.
Sure. Well, and this isn't something I always notice usually. Usually I'm just oh yeah, it's about average lighting. But one thing that I really noticed, the lighting was good. I felt like the sets were pretty good too in general. There wasn't really that much that I found that was distracting to me from the movie. To me, that's the biggest test is if I notice something, it's either because it's really well done, or it's better done than average movies that I see, or it's because it's so bad that it takes me out of the scene. Right. Those are the 2 times that I'll ever notice it. I don't specifically look for it. So I thought for the most part, it was on point.
Robin Hood is really one of the first bros.
Yeah, you're right.
Pretty much like a frat boy kind of grows up kind of guy.
And yeah, I feel like this is the best Robin Hood I've seen. I've seen a lot of different versions of Robin Hood.
The sheriff is there with a woman, and he's they're having this meeting in the middle of the sheriff's nighttime naughtiness, and he's like, who told you to cover up?
Yeah. That's the first quote I wrote.
To cover herself up.
Yeah.
While they have this meeting about state business.
Maybe we should call this segment the plod.
Look out for the upcoming plot twist.
There's no twists in this movie though, which is awesome actually.
That's true. There's nothing as a surprise.
Yeah. There's always room for one more. That's about the one twist that there is.
I would not say that.
Me either, man. Yeah, me either. Gosh, making you get your ass kicked saying something like that.
Come to the river scene, which is one of the best.
Oh man, yeah, I love it. So as a content creator on my other channel, I always do a one movie quote right at the start of all my videos. And the only time I've ever sang, and I don't have a good voice, for singing, and I acknowledge that, but the only movie quote I've ever done that I've sang or sang it for any reason is from this scene, actually.
Well, give us the performance right now.
All right. Gosh. There was a rich man from Nottingham who tried to cross the river.
There was a rich man from Nottingham who tried to cross the river.
What a dope! He tripped on a rope. Now look at him shiver.
Now look at him shiver.
Beg for mercy, rich man.
Rich man.
and then the movie was ruined forever.
But they have a fight. And Robin Hood shoots Christian Slater through his hand. So now we've got 2 palm injuries in this movie.
Right. Well, in this case, like it's an arrow, I would say if they have a fight, triangle wins.
Good job.
Thanks.
All right. Well, speaking of slutty, let's talk about Kevin Costner's butt.
Okay, and this actually made me laugh out loud this morning because so I left. So you have to flip the DVD to get to the second half, and
Yeah.
that is the opening scene. So we're gonna finish watching Harry Potter with my boys, and so like they just turn on the DVD and they just like, and then they're just like running around, and so I walk out and there's Kevin Costner's butt, and they didn't even notice, but like they're watching the one scene with any nudity, like.
It's just like how mom is really good at walking in when it's an uncomfortable scene. Like we're watching a movie and she'll walk in at the only bad scene in the whole movie.
Right. You're like, wow, nice, mom.
Yep.
Or she. Here's the other maybe perspective. Maybe mom is good at, like, she has like an aura around her that projects morals and values, and when she walks into a room, you are suddenly more conscientious about things that are happening.
That's actually really possible, but more likely, like, you just know what her thoughts are, and all of a sudden you start thinking about what she's gonna think.
It's really funny we're talking about mom right now because she literally just called me. Like no joke. I had to hang up on her. I feel terrible because of the conscientious thing. Yeah, look at the screen. I don't know if it'll focus.
Oh, it's not.
Just
focused.
A big blur. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
That's really
0
funny.
minutes ago. Yeah. She just. She's like, I know what you're talking about.
We said there's nudity in a movie, and she calls.
Yeah, she's like, wait, Kevin Costner's butt?
I might have my share in the conversation. Fun fact. I mean, I can tell you had so much fun listening to it. I could tell. So they win. There's like some big epic battles, like sword fights, and then of course the very dramatic final confrontation between the sheriff and Robin Hood, which is the sheriff pulls out the sword once owned by Robin Hood's dad.
Right.
And he says,
recognize this. This is how you prove that stories just get embellished over time. Because at one point, I'm sure like one of us just like made a joke of like, recognize this, and it makes me say it. And then at one point, like you and I and Emily, we'd all just like built it up to be like, recognize this.
Dramatically with whatever we're holding.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just like this really funny joke. And then when we watched it, he's like, recognize this. We were like, what? We were all excited. We're like, this is it. Recognize this. It's so funny. We're like, that is hugely disappointing, but still actually almost better. We built it up so much.
Mama's gonna listen to this and be so proud.
It's like, what's the over and under of dick jokes in our podcast today? Like over under in 10, like take the over.
You mean tallywhacker jokes?
Yeah, tallywhacker jokes. Just call them whackers for short. What's the tally? We both got there at the same time.
I'm gonna pee.
Feel free. We can't see it. Oh dear Lord. So my question was, after your first viewing, How excited were you for the bare butt scene where Miriam got a sneak peek? How did you conceal your anticipation for Mom?
So my answer to this is I think I knew about